On today's video, we're going to be changing all the oils in the 350Z, along with other little maintenance that I've been postponing over winter. So we're going to clean the air filter as well, because I have a K&N drop-in, and we're also going to seafoam the car. So to start off, we're changing the oil of Mobil 1 040. I've been using that all of last year for the track, and it works perfectly. I like using the Mobil 1 because it's off the shelf, so if I need some somewhere else and I'm out of town, I can find it easily. For the transmission, we're going to be using Redline MT90. The MT90 is a GL4 gear oil. Nissan specifies the transmission in this car needs a GL4 gear oil. Sometimes using a GL5 gear oil can cause damage to your synchros when the car calls for GL4. Others have used a GL5 in this car before, but I'm not taking any risks, and the MT90 works really good. For the diff, we're going to be using Mobil 1 gear oil. The diff, it's a viscous limited slip, so it doesn't need anything crazy. You kind of just treat it like an open diff when doing maintenance, so it doesn't need anything fancy to lock the diff because it's a viscous coupling fluid. Now, if it was a clutch type limited slip, I would get something a little higher end. So first, let's lift up the car and then we'll start doing everything.
Once again.
So now that we got the car lifted, before we even change the oil, we're going to take the K&N filter out because we're supposed to clean it and let it dry. That's nice and dirty. So we're going to wash it out. We're going to use dishwater soap in a spray bottle and some water to clean it out, and then we'll let it dry. So we just drained the oil. I took off the old filter, put on the new one, and looped it up. Now some of you guys are going to say I still did my oil wrong somehow. It's not really hard to do. Like I said, take out the drain plug, let it drain out. Take out the filter, let that drain out. Put the new filter on, let it drain out, put the drain plug back on. But it being the internet, I don't know what I'm explaining to you because apparently I'm wrong and apparently I should still jump off a bridge. So now we're up here filling it up, and every video I've done this, I love the 350Z because it just takes all 5 quarts. So this is Mobil 1. I like to call it the AMSOIL fanboy triggering juice also, because when you tell them it's a good oil, they get triggered and tell you you're wrong and to jump off a bridge. I don't see you AMSOIL boys at the track very often, do I, though? You know, when I put my oil cooler on, I'm gonna miss this, because then we have to actually measure out the extra oil. It's a rev up. We need every last drop we can get. So there's that. Let's go check on our air filter. It should be dry and ready for oil. So now it's dried enough. While we're doing the other things, we're going to put some oil on it real quick. Alright, next we're doing the gear oil. So it takes a 10mm Allen for the drain plug and fill plug. The first thing you want to do is take out the fill plug, actually. You do this because if you take off the drain plug and your fill plug seized, you don't screw yourself. You still have fluid in there. Oh. Now that we got the fill plug off, we're going to take the drain plug off and let it all drain out. Oh yeah, look at that good stuff. No metal shavings, so that looks good. Courtesy of CD009. Now we let it drain. We're gonna put the pump in. Pump is just a little thing that fits into the cap. It's a little difficult when we're under the car because of how low this car is. So we put it on there, and the one you buy at like local auto parts stores don't perfectly fit. So that's kind of annoying with the Redline bottle. They don't perfectly fit, that is. So let's put the plug back in for the drain. That fluid was actually still pretty good, but I'm doing it for cheap insurance on the track. Now the fun part. So we've got to elevate this guy high enough that we can get this hose in there under this tight car. This car takes 3 quarts. Luckily this drain pan makes just perfect, and then all you gotta do is pump it. Alright, we depleted that bottle. We're gonna give it a couple more pumps to try to get all this stuff through that's left over. After that, we do that 2 more times. Alright, so currently we're filling up the differential. I already drained it. It's the same as doing the transmission. It takes a 10mm Allen. Take off the fill plug first as always, then take off the bottom one and let it all drain out. Put the drain plug back in and start filling from the fill port. This car takes 1.5 quarts of fluid in it. The old fluid is really black and sludgy, and our 350Zs and G35s cook diffs. Literally cook them. The guys that run Spec Z need to put oil coolers on the diff because it gets so hot. Personally, I feel like the first time I changed my diff fluid on this car, that it locked up a lot better. So it's a good thing to keep up on with your maintenance. And we're done with all the fluids in this car. Let's go seafoam it. Alright, so we're gonna go put the air filter in now. It should be dry after doing all the fluids. And we're gonna lower the car down and we're gonna seafoam the engine. Okay, so we're gonna put the seafoam in, but the car has to be up to operating temperature. So let's fire it up. Let's check oil pressure and stuff like that. All right, there, oil pressure just kicked in, and now we wait for it to warm up. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll start putting the seafoam in. I'll show you guys how to do it to this car. All right, so now we're gonna seafoam the car. This seafoam you put into your intake. You can either put it in the throttle body there, or here on the BQ35DE. There's a port going to this plenum. You can put the hose in there as well. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna pour it in. Rowdy, my beautiful assistant, is gonna hold the RPM at 2,000 RPM until this can's empty. Go ahead and fire it up. So you should start seeing smoke coming out of your exhaust in small amounts. And now to end this video, we're moving on to everyone's favorite part of seafoaming videos, the big smoke. So there we have it, guys. We did everything. We changed all of the fluids. We did seafoam the car. Car is seemingly running better. It should be. The seafoam does help a lot with cleaning the combustion chamber out. Now, last time I did it, I felt a nice horsepower because, like, you could tell that the car felt faster. Now, that's totally anecdotal to say, but if you guys watch Chris Fix's video of this, he puts a camera in the combustion chamber, and you can see physically that a lot of the carbon buildup's gone after doing this. So, I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys didn't agree with what oil I used and what gear oil I used, please put it in the comments. And thanks for watching, guys.